everybody, and I think this is the first time we've been able to get together, and what a better time and what a better reason than to celebrate Mama Sue. So, not quite 30 years.
Not quite, no.
But close enough, and we all know that those 29 and whatever have been amazing times for all of us. I know COVID has made us all not look so great, but I'm going to blame it all on Mama Sue. I think it's actually COVID. Yeah. So even though she's retiring from the Toronto Police Service, we know that she has many other jobs that she will be doing. The cooking, the artwork,
Two books in the work. Yay.
She does not stop.
What did you say? Wedding planner? Kevin next week. You're getting married next week. I'm the wedding planner.
So yes, you will be missed by all, and we're very thankful for everything you've done. You've helped a lot of people personally, professionally. You've always taken the lead. You've always been there for everybody and anybody, no matter what. These words here, as Venus did this for you, basically say everything about you, and these are from your family, your second family. So thank you for everything. Thank you to your immediate family, Megan, Justin, and Fred, and for
Justin just got
her.
It's all guy in the back.
There he is. He just got here. To allow us to have her for all these years. We appreciate it. So a few mementos. Your shadow box. And thank you for your support.
Rolling pin, maybe a rolling.
A few pictures. I know. And then we also did went into her personnel file and took all of her awards and letters of recommendation from people over the years and made a booklet out of it. And as we can see, this is very thick. This really says a lot about who Sue has been throughout her career, not only with court services and our unit, but also with TPS in general. She did a lot of FBI chief conferences over the years, put a lot of volunteer hours into all of those efforts. So she is very well known within the service, not only just our immediate family. So this is for you.
You could pull the documentation.
And then your courts family have been overly generous. So you have a spa day at...
And the facelift.
Yeah. You don't need one. So it's $8,000 gift certificate to the Laura Spa.
Oh my God.
Because we know you need to spend money for
Art supplies.
and an LCBO gift certificate. And that is from everybody. You guys were so generous. I cannot thank all of you.
Sit down.
Into the hurry.
Some of you who are on the court's Facebook page might remember that there was a post asking you guys to kind of post some words to describe Mama Sue. Those words have been taken and incorporated into this piece of art that she can hang, because I don't know anybody else here who's such an artist like you are, but we hope that you'll hang this most amazing piece to show you what you mean to all of us. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mine's over here.
Okay, thanks. Well, it's finally a great reason to gather. And today we all came out to celebrate Sue. Sue was brought into our lives to make any day with her a better day. Many of us refer to her as Sue, Susan, Mama Sue, Mom, hey boss, Chef Sue, Susie Q, etc. The one thing she is to all of us is family. Blood doesn't make us family, but we are truly blessed with having Sue in our lives. Who is Sue? Can you describe her in one word? Not likely. Here are a few words I picked up from different people's comments, and I want to share. Beautiful, beautiful inside out. Kind heart, kind, selfless, wonderful, humble, patient, energetic, giving, talented, thoughtful, hardworking, rare, genuine, funny, authentic, chef extraordinaire, loving, positive, generous, loyal. I've known Sue for over 26 years personally. Before Sue joined the police, Sue met Fred in 1981 and was working at CIB head office as a business bank teller. She later worked for a few years at Bell Canada as a draft person. She then moved to Canada Post as a letter carrier, and then switched careers to Toronto Police as a court officer. She did a 6-month trial in parking enforcement, but lucky for us, she came back and stayed with us to retire with almost 29 years. When I first met her, I immediately liked her. I had a good feeling about her. We both believed in being kind and helping others. We immediately clicked. She was a hard worker, she had good intuition, she could always handle herself and others in a professional manner. I never had to worry about her doing her job or tasks assigned. She's extremely competent and intelligent, which made my job easier. Never had to explain myself twice to her. She was a quick learner. She was a supervisor's dream employee. Our friendship grew and we became best friends, BFFs, and we are like sisters to each other. I got to know and love Fred, her gentle, loving, and very supportive husband, Megan, her beautiful, smart daughter, and Justin, her very handsome, very tall son. I got to see her children grow into beautiful adults with great careers. Her mom was so beautiful. I got to learn why Sue loved her so much. She's here with us today. I gave Cheryl one of my mom's rings after she died.
Her mom was so beautiful. I got to know it. It was a sad day when she passed in September 17, 2013. I was so grateful I was able to surprise Sue and Fred with renewing their 30th anniversary wedding vows while their mom was well enough to attend and witness it in 2013. Sue and I, we have supported each other through difficult times for her and her family. Sue has always been the type of person, no matter what was going through on how she was feeling, she would drag herself into work because she felt guilty, as we know she always feels guilty about that, leaving her teammates short. And many times I told her as well, as many others have over the years, to get herself well. Work will always be there. Sue has never put herself first. She still doesn't. Why? Because Sue does not know how to say no. Fred and her amazing kids, Megan and Justin and her wonderful mother, would watch Sue cook, bake, buy things, make things, and it wasn't even for them. Her house was a restaurant, art studio, craft studio, and a drop-in center. This happened almost every week. She would be doing something for someone else. They knew this made her happy, and they just let Sue be Sue. Everyone knows when Sue cooks, it's not just for her family, it's actually for an army. She never stopped, and as a result of her endless doing for others, she wore her hands out and had to get them fixed. But of course, she told to rest them, but you know her, she really just refuses to listen because she has no time to stop. Too much to do, so back she went doing what she does best, everything. As you know, Sue's beautiful mom passed, and it was very difficult for her, and she loved her so much. She did everything for her and made sure she stayed healthy. I love Sue's mom. She brightened a room with her smile and laugh. Sue got that from her. It's infectious and makes you feel good when you see her smile and laugh. Anybody feel that when she walks into a room?
Yeah.
She's happy when she's there.
Yeah. Everybody stops and drops, right? Everything they're doing. Sue's here.
I walk in the room and go, oh my God, I'm so tired.
Sue loves her family deeply. Her eyes sparkle whenever she talks about them and their wonderful accomplishments. She's so proud of them. Family is her world and is extremely important to her. Sue sees her fellow co-workers as her extended family and treats them as her family. She has no hate for anyone. She would take anyone's pain away if she could. She is selfless. When she hears something has happened to someone in her work family, she immediately jumps in to help in whatever way she can. Whether it's making food, donating money, or creating something for a fundraiser, she never had a bad word to say about anyone. She tries to show others the good in people. She always looks at her glass half full and believes in living in a positive life, not a negative one. Always be good to others, which includes animals, if you know Sue. Sue is an animal lover. And I've seen it, her acts of kindness firsthand when traveling with her in the Dominican. Many stray dogs on the beach. Sue felt sorry for them as they were skinny. God forbid a dog or even a human be skinny. They need food to fatten them up. She puts food from the buffet table on a plate that is for the guests, takes it to the beach, puts it on the plate on the beach, on the floor, and for the stray dog, and immediately the beach attendant screams, "No, humans eat off that, you can't do that." So she grabs the food off the plate, it's like, where can I put it for the dog? And I'm not putting it in the sand. And so then she was so upset the rest of the day because the dog had to eat out of the sand. So God gave Sue many talents, but the most amazing talent, no, not cooking, it's painting and drawing. Her mom had that talent and it was passed on to Sue. The amazing, incredible art she has created is unbelievable. Many of you have seen it and have bought it or own it or she's given it out. So you can feel her passion and emotion in every piece that she's done. She is a perfectionist and makes it all look too easy. She is so humble when people praise her at her work. Anything she does turns out as a piece of art, whether it's a fondant cake, flower arrangements, gardens, a simple sandwich, doodling on a pad while on the phone, etc. I told her how happy I was to see her back painting and drawing again, as I missed seeing how happy she was when she did it. She had stopped after her mom passed and started back up again over the last while. She feels so good doing it. I told her she can open her gallery now in Niagara on the Lake. Sue and Fred bought the retirement home in Noddle a number of years ago. They gutted it, renovated it. Their gardens are a piece of art from all their hard work. It's so beautiful there to retire in. Sue is a Fijian marketplace queen, as we know, and her place and everything she touches shows that she has done there. This place was a lot of work every week. She had to go and clean, do maintenance for the next guest. She and Fred did this for years. Finally, Sue actually said no more this past year, and finally they could relax and prepare for her retirement. Over the years, Sue and Fred entertained many family, friends, co-workers, and were always exhausted every Monday morning. Sue always burns the candle at both ends. No matter how sick or injured or recovering from shoulder or hand surgery or back being out, Sue couldn't wait to get back to work and be with her extended family. She loved being around people and socializing. Now that she is retired, Sue will be sleeping for the next 2 months after September 20th. Doctor's order. Well, okay, mine and Fred's. So her do not disturb sign will be on. It's time now for Sue to take care of Sue. She has to learn to say no and how to stop doing everything in 8 hours and learn to shop for her groceries during the week and not on weekends. She has to reprogram herself and learn how to slow down. Stop and smell the roses. Right? You can now enjoy your 2 beautiful homes and your family, your extended family and friends want you well and healthy, so we look forward to years of your amazing talents in cooking, baking, and art, and most of all, your friendship. Thank you, Sue, for being you. God got it right when He created you. God bless you and your family.
Profound effect on her finally, and it's like 4 years in, and
Kevin. He was 23 at the time, and I was 33. And it was so busy in those days. It was so crazy. Anybody who's worked more than, you know, back in the 90s kind of knows what it was like. And I thought, maybe I'll go to parking enforcement. So after about 4 years with court services, I thought, I'll go there. You get a car, you get your keys, you go outside, fresh air, and it's 7 on, 6 off, 7 on, 5 off, right? Like you get a stretch of days, and I'll have more holidays. Because back in the day, you couldn't get summer holidays. I think it was like 12 years before I had summer holidays. But in parking, I could have holidays. So I go to parking, and I had 6 months. And in 6 months, I had to make up my mind whether I'm going to go back to court services. And the reason I didn't stay is that I couldn't afford to stay there. And I'll tell you why. Because every ticket I gave out, I ended up paying. Because a little old lady, I tagged her car, and she started crying, and I took the ticket. And the best one was, it was rush hour on the Danforth on Broadview. Broadview and Danforth, in front of a medical building, and it was rush hour. It was, you know, 3 to 6, no parking. And this woman comes out of a medical building with a baby dropped, like maybe 2 years old, draped over her shoulder. And it's pouring rain. And she comes out and she just starts, where's my car? And I said, oh my God, I tagged her, towed it. And she goes, oh my God, and she just burst out into tears. And this child is very sick. Like, this kid's knocked out. You can see this child sick. I said, oh my God, what have I done? So I get in the police car, I radio over, I get them to stop the tow truck. I put her in the vehicle thinking, I'm gonna be fired. I'm gonna be fired for doing this. Chase down the tow truck. The tow truck stops with her vehicle, and I said, please, I'm begging you. Please give her her car back. She has a sick child. No, miss, no, it's an $80 drop fee. And back then, no cell phones, no debit, no e-transfer, no nothing. But I always had cash. Why? Because I went to the Danforth and I'd buy fresh fruit and food, almost everything. So I always had like $100. Plus I smoked for smokes, whatever. So I had $100. So I said, okay, and she started crying. And I said, don't worry, don't worry. So I paid for the drop, the $80 to drop her vehicle. And then she got in the car and everything, and I felt so much better. And then I said, I can't afford this anymore. I can't do this job anymore. I need gas. No. You know, the little old ladies running towards me with their shopping because I gave them a $20 meter tag. And it's not. And it's like, okay. And go to the bank and pay it. So I said, I can't do this. I can't. So I came back to court services. But
and what about dad? Because it's hard when you would go to the bad neighborhoods.
oh yeah. And then I got assigned some pretty bad neighborhoods. And so I almost was killed by a gang down in Edmonton. And they tell you always look for your own safety, but no, it's a fire route. I have to go and check the fire route because there's complaints. And I put the light beams on, and all of a sudden, I see like 6 guys huddled, and I think they're doing a drug deal. And I get out of my car, and I'm walking to see what it is. And they all stand up, and it's like 6 Rastas. And they look at me, and I said, enjoy. You can park here. So I came home and I told Fred, I saw the biggest drug deal go down. That's it, what time? So he put the kids in the car.
This is true. This is true.
And he drove around at 2 and 1 in the morning with them sleeping, following me to make sure I was safe. And I said, I can't do this. We're not normal. We're just not normal. So I came back to court. And then I came back to Metro. And Kevin, he was like my son. You know, he was like my son when I started, and then the age gap closed and he became my friend, and now he's my brother. You know? So I've known Kevin for 30 years. And he got me through the hardest part in my life when I started. I was diagnosed with cancer shortly after. And it was hard. And I was so afraid. Didn't have a lot of time off, didn't have a lot of sick time. I was terrified to take a day off. So I asked to be transferred downtown. And Kevin was there at 311. And I said, if I have to go for cancer treatment, I can do it on my lunch. And that's what I did. I went on my lunch hour for treatments and radiation every day. And I had a boss that let me go and take as long as I needed. So it was a 1 o'clock appointment every day for 30 days until I was so burnt I couldn't work anymore. And I remember telling Kevin, I said, Kevin, I'm so tired. I don't want to be poked. I don't want needles anymore. And Kevin grabbed me by my neck and he said to Mark Clemucha, hurry, grab a cup. He was going to punch me in the nose. And I didn't have any more needles. Bring the cup. And he made me laugh through it all and got me through one of the hardest times in my life. Because the kids were small. They were very small at that time. And I got through it, and I only managed to take a few months off, right? Just so that I could put a shirt on. And it was go forward again. But this service gave me a life. My kids through university. Gave me a good life. I never say that it's the job, because the job is easy. The job is easy. It's who you work with that make a difference. Because this was the easiest job I ever had in my life. I just had to show up. And if there was ever an issue or a fight, you had somebody stand by your side. You were never alone. And whether somebody's cruel or kind, makes everything right in somebody's life for that day. And I would never have gotten through as much as I did if it wasn't for you guys. Every day I came in and I would look at your faces. I've seen you get married and have children, and I've seen my friends become grandparents. And I've lost people on this job that I loved, like Jeff Northrup, that I worked with. And life can be beautiful or very tragic. Never complain about this job. It's not this job. It's who you work with. And if you have a problem with somebody, always try and straighten it out. It's not worth coming into work and being unhappy. Life is too short. And I love you guys very much. I'll never say goodbye. I'm making Christmas soon.